Let's roll back the clock to a column I wrote almost exactly 1 year ago. Virginia's then Governor James Gilmore's testimony to a House committee noted the ironic death of one of his cybersecurity analysts in the World Trade Center attack. Still, he urged Congress to establish a cyber court in an effort to save the internet from the ravages of Osama bin virus. And then, even more ironically, the governor and everyone else fled the congressional building because of an anthrax scare. That was last year's irony. Now let's roll forward to the present. Perhaps you've heard of a sniper making the rounds along the D.C. Beltway? His latest victim was FBI National Infrastructure Protection Center cyber analyst Linda Franklin. A single shot splattered her brains onto her husband's feet as they stood in a parking lot. The ironies abound. I don't enjoy making jokes at a time like this, and so I won't. I don't enjoy pointing out the ironies at a time like this either. But I get paid to do a job, and I intend to do it. First, a single bullet took out more computing power. Let me repeat. A single bullet took out more computing power at FBI's National Infrastructure Protection Center than a cyber terrorist could ever hope to achieve. Second, this assassination inflicted a quantifiable, tangible damage, both in terms of money, for example, casualty insurance, and lost manpower, or should I say woman power, which is something the FBI and the White House cannot quantify when it comes to the non-existent cyber-terrorism they fear so much. And third, if a sniper pumped a bullet into Franklin's computer CPU, she could requisition another computer and then restore her data from backups. Then Senator Charles Digital Armageddon Schumer could whine about ERAB cyber terror conspiracies and cyber-chink covert operations. Unfortunately, someone pumped a bullet into Franklin's all-too-human CPU. I paraphrase myself from another column I wrote last year when I say I would gladly throw away the entire internet just to reinstall Franklin as easily as we reinstall an operating system. People shouldn't have to die just so I can point out the ironies of our government's cyber-terrorism fetish. Yet, people all too often die from everything except cyber-terrorism. And I get paid to point out the ironies and the absurdities. I offer only my most sincere condolences to Franklin's family and to the family of Ray Downey. That would be Governor Gilmore's cyber terror colleague who died in the World Trade Center attacks. I mourn for you. Page 2. If FBI NIPSI does its job correctly, and you'll notice I said correctly, they'll impound Franklin's office PC in order to search for possible clues to her killer. Did he fire off an email before firing a bullet, perchance? Call it a fishing expedition if you wish. Call it a wild goose chase if you wish. The Beltway desperately wants to find any clues to end these serial killings, and so I believe FBI NIPSI will ask Franklin's widower to turn over her home PC. More power to him, I say. Who knows? They might actually find a clue on her Palm Pilot that leads to her killer. Now I'll end this column with a brand new quote from a White House flunky. We have a great deal of focus nowadays on weapons of mass destruction, but we need to be aware of the proliferation in cyberspace of weapons of mass disruption, Howard Schmidt told Reuters in an interview. A sniper's rifle qualifies as a weapon of mass disruption too. Watch the movie Enemy at the Gates if you need convincing. And yet our Beltway fetishists continue to equate cyber terrorism with physical terrorism. Memo to Schmidt. Tell it to Franklin's widower. And this one too. I'm Rob Rosenberger for VMyths. That's VMYTHS.com. Truth about computer virus hysteria. Be there or be scared.